Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Kamil. Today is 14th of August 2020. Welcome to video number 231. Today I want to talk about something that it's kind of treated or hold against us. Probably because many times you've heard, what are you, a child? Grow up. And I want to talk about it because if you look close enough at this whole thing, is completely upside down. And let me start with saying something that is a quote from one of the wisest book that we have around. It says, "If you want to be part of kingdom of God, you'll have to start being like a child." I would say you may want to say, "What are you talking about?" Let me paraphrase it for you. If you want to have a heaven on earth, we have to act like a child. Now you may say, "Guy, mate, I think you're tripping." Let me explain. Have you ever spent, you as an adult, have you ever spent at least some time sitting with the child or playing with the child with whatever toys they have around and kind of consciously observe how your interaction with the child look like? Because I did. And there are at least 3 amazing things that you can learn from them and understand why it's one of the most or the biggest, the smartest things you can do as an adult to kind of mimic the same behavior that they present like from default. First of these is that they will tell you straight to your face what they think. And you can ask them, who do you like more, grandma or grandpa? And they'll say grandpa because grandma is yelling at me and grandpa is giving me sweets. Or the other way around, they will tell you grandma because we cook together and grandpa is never here. And for us adults, to being adult, to being honest to this degree, it's like unacceptable because you will hurt someone's feelings. But for the kid, they don't care. And not because they want to hurt someone, they just say what they feel because they don't have this kind of feeling that they have to behave certain way because someone will feel offended. Because for them, what matters is truth. If you're asking them a question, it means that you're ready to kind of receive the answer and deal with the consequences of you hearing the truth. And that's fascinating because look at for ours like kind of so-called adult relationships. How many problems do we have in our relationships of whatever kind because we have misunderstandings, because we don't say everything that we want to say, we hold some things to ourselves, we lie to each other, whether they're white lies or big lies. This is exactly what destroys our relationships in most of the cases, is that we don't have guts to be honest. Then when you look at your kid, it's completely upside down, completely the other way around. What you have to deal with is with truth. And look how much easier it would be if you just hear what you needed to hear. Even if it's tough, even if it's hard, if you know that the person that's saying this is saying this out of love, but maybe they feel bad or wrong in this kind of situation, or whatever was said or done, then you can fix it right away. Because if none of you had negative or kind of malevolent motives behind it, the time to fix this kind of problem, it's like this. You just say, no, this is not what I meant. Sorry, no. What I meant is, or sorry that it happened like this. I didn't thought about consequences, or that was stupid on my side. Sorry. Problem is solved. But no, we decide to overcomplicate things. That's why the first thing that you have to, I don't know, you may want to, may not, but I would advise to start thinking and acting like a child, and just having courage to be honest. Point number 2, if you look at kids, they're always asking questions. And it was always fascinating for me because it was like logical conclusion. If you want to learn something or know something or discover something, what you have to do is just ask a question. Duh. But so many of us are afraid of, being seen as vulnerable, or I don't know, we are afraid to show that we don't know. But why would you? The whole life is just one huge lesson, one experience that you just discover things over and over and learn new things over and over again. Why would you be kind of afraid of asking questions? And you see, I won't even go towards school that it teaches us that you always have to have the right answer, although it is truth. Then now now when you're adult and you've got your relationship, maybe you're married, maybe you've got kids, the only way to figure it out how to go forward, what to do from now on, you just have to accept one thing. You just have to ask questions. If you don't know, say I don't know. Let me check, or what do you think about it? And this is one of the things so many parents miss in how they behave and how they act with their children. They're afraid to ask, what do you think? And I'm not saying in this negative way that we're asking a 5-year-old kid, if they want to, I don't know, play with matches, or this absurdity of today's situation or today's world is crazy, and we put everything on its head. But I'm saying, you've got teenage years kids. Why would you ask them what is their opinion or advice on whatever's happening in your family, and just taking them, bringing them on board on what's happening in your relationship, in your family. If they're gonna say something stupid, you don't have to act on it, but they will feel involved in whatever happens. And the same thing with your marriage. Why wouldn't you ask if you feel that something is wrong, something, I don't know, something is not right? Why wouldn't you ask? What do you mean by that? It's like, how do I should understand it? Because from my perspective, it looks like this and this. And then so many arguments will end up in 3 seconds. Just because you give someone a feedback that you feel, you understood it this way, which seems strange because you know that they don't have anything negative on their mind. And then you just fix everything right away. So again, 2 things. 1, be honest. 2, just give yourself permission to ask questions. And again, it's going to help you because if you're going to be bold to talk about truth, you're going to be bold to ask tough questions. And that will open a completely different door to solve problems that may be much deeply rooted than the casual ones. And that's fascinating because that it's really opening a completely different door to solving issues that maybe are there for a long time. And then fixing those will completely change the way you look at your relationship and at the girl that you're with. But especially for us guys, it's gonna require balls to basically be truthful, be honest, and just asking tough questions. And do it, in a loving way. That's kind of obvious. So, the point number 3 then. It's like one of the amazing things that I observed from a really young age is that kids, they don't hold grudge. Whatever happened, they may cry for a minute, maybe they're gonna say, I don't like you anymore, but then 5 minutes later they're playing in a sandbox again. And I saw that for so many years. We were laughing at that with my brother. My sister had a best friend. My sister is 3 years younger than me, and she had her best friend. And to be honest, like in 1 week, they were able to argue 20 times and then kind of get back to being best friends like 30 times. And I know math doesn't work in here, no logic at all. But you know what I'm saying? It was constantly something went wrong. They get back to being best friends. Something went wrong, and they get back. Something went wrong. It was so easy for them not to hold grudge, and just having fun. And this is exactly what we want to do. So many of us are basically murdering our own relationships just because you hold grudge about something that happened so many years ago. Why would you do that? Just ask yourself why. What is the positive outcome of you holding grudge? And I know it will be probably much more common for your lady rather than for yourself, but you have to understand that she will look at you, how you react towards her, and then she's gonna mimic it to some degree. So that's why if you're gonna not hold grudge, if you're just like, whatever happened, 5 minutes later, you don't care. It's like you just want to have fun. You just want to have an amazing evening, amazing weekend. No matter what was said, no matter what happened, no matter what was done, then she will see that, okay, so it's okay. We don't have to hold it against each other. And then the life becomes much easier. And exactly as it happens with kids. You can be with them, something went wrong, they cried, they fall on the floor, they smashed their head on the floor, they cried for a minute, a few minutes later, they were still playing, they're happy, everything's awesome. Look how much easier it would be in your relationship if you would be not mature enough, but act like kids to the point that you're not holding grudge, that you're honest, that you're asking each other questions, being really open to each other. And then whatever happens, forgive each other and just have fun. So that's why that was always something that I kind of had fun, and I was enjoying that, because so many people say that men are like kids. They don't grow up, they just grow. And I was always laughing, and I said, exactly. And I'm proud of being a boy. Why? Because me as a boy and acting like a boy, I don't overcomplicate things. The life is easy. I'm predictable to some degree. It's easy to be with me because I don't hold grudge. I'll openly tell you when I don't like something, but then I'll openly tell you that I like you, that I like something that you did. I'll cheer for you. I'll be happy with you. I'm gonna laugh with you. I'm gonna cry with you. Everything because I'm just honestly want to have fun, and I don't hold grudge. I don't complicate life with things that this so-called being adult brings with each other, with this social context, this box that we're locked in, that basically makes life harder rather than easier. So that's why, be a boy and be proud of it, and then just be able to act like an adult when you have to. When something happens and you need to just step up and do something in your relationship, especially. But then, if that's not needed, just go back and be just, enjoy your life and be someone who is easy to be with and fun to be with. Because this is what I want you to take from this video. If you really understand how life works, you will see that being like a child, it's gonna make life much easier than you may think. All this adult talking, it just overcomplicate things that you already knew when you were being a child, and already been keen on, being really good at being honest, asking questions, not holding grudge, just having fun. So that's why be like a kid. Don't overcomplicate life. Just enjoy it and be someone who people would want to be with just because you're simple and fun to be with. Think about it and do something about it, because this is like a little secret, but you have to understand that your girl, and even or your own life, would be much easier, and she wanted you to be like you always been. So don't change. If you like this video, like, share, comment. If you didn't, comment as well. Tell me what you think, what is your experience, what I don't see. And if there's anything you want me to talk about, give me a shout and I'll be glad to do it for you. And again, that being said, see you tomorrow.